everyone, my name is Gina Schweppe. I am 36 years old. I live in Southern California, and this past August 2023, I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer at age 36. So I have been documenting my journey on Instagram, I've been documenting my journey on TikTok, and I've also been documenting the journey on my main YouTube channel. But what I've decided is I want to just make a separate space for cancer related things. Make sure you click that red subscribe button if you are at all curious of what breast cancer is actually like. So I really want to have a library of knowledge for anyone who is recently diagnosed, or maybe there's a family member or friend who's recently diagnosed, and just have this be a space of education, a space of knowledge, and a space of awareness. Share a little bit more about my story in this video, and then I will just use this as a space to document my journey here on YouTube. So if you guys don't know, I've been a content creator for over 10 years now, and I started on YouTube, and I started sharing deals inside of Target and couponing deals inside of CVS, and that's how my social media career took off 10 years ago, was couponing in store, which I still do on my main channel. But I was in the peak health come July. So I had lost over 40 pounds on Ozempic, and I was in the best shape of my life, running anywhere between 3 to 5 miles 4 days a week. I had lost a significant amount of weight, like I mentioned. I was in the best physical shape of my life, literally. And I was going shopping for my 10-year wedding anniversary present. I was very particular on the type of ring I was looking for. I was looking for an emerald ring. I absolutely love emerald stones. That is my favorite gemstone, emeralds. Green is one of my favorite colors, and I had spent the whole entire afternoon going to various jewelry stores looking for the perfect ring. And I remember coming home and taking a shower. Something I love doing on Saturday nights is I take a very long shower, and we do all the things in the shower. And that's when I had noticed a lump on my right side under my breast right here. So I immediately freaked out, because I'm sure, like all women, when they're doing self-exams in the shower and then they feel something abnormal, it's normal to get those nervous feelings. So I did schedule a doctor's appointment for myself. I scheduled with my personal care physician, and she went ahead and did a breast exam. She did feel what I was feeling. First, we checked lectin levels, because my nipples were still producing a discharge. It was like white and milky, so we thought maybe it was just a little bit more of like breast milk, because my youngest is going to be 3 in February. So at the time, like, she was 2.5, something like that. So at the time she was around 2.5. So we checked my prolactin levels, and I was referred to imaging and a mammogram. So I was actually able to get that scheduled relatively quickly. So we're talking, I went to my personal care physician on a Monday, and my imaging was set for the very next day. So I was very thankful that this was very streamlined. And I went into the ultrasound and mammogram. So after that test and imaging, I was told I needed to come back for a biopsy, because the mass that they found in the breast, it didn't look like it was just a standard cyst. It didn't look like it was a standard fibromyalgia, is what they call. So then I was sent for biopsy, which then the biopsy was literally 2 days later. So all of the testing and imaging I had done was all done within a week, and I was really thankful for that. And I went in for my breast biopsy. That was on a Thursday, and my good friend Jen from YouTube that I've met here, her family was coming into town that weekend. So it was like the perfect weekend for me to take my mind off of things. So it just so happened that the week that Jen was coming with her family was the same week that California was getting their hurricane tropical weather. And during that stay, she actually got to experience her first California earthquake. So that was really fun. But then I did end up getting the call on the Monday morning, and it was confirmed that I did have breast cancer. So I was diagnosed on August 22nd, and I was diagnosed with infiltrated ductal carcinoma. triple negative grade 3. So what that means is the cancer had already broken out of my milk ducts. So when it's, there's two different forms. There's infiltrated ductal carcinoma, and then there's another version where it's still in the milk ducts. So at this point, my cancer had already spread out of the milk duct. So this was a lot of information to digest. So when I got the call from my doctor's office, then I was put into a very long waiting period. Well, it wasn't very long, but it seemed long to me. I didn't meet with a surgeon until a few weeks later. My care team consisted of oncology. My care team consisted of a general surgeon, plastic surgeon, and basically everyone just sat around the room and talked about my specific cancer case to come up with the best treatment plan for me. So what the treatment plan that was recommended for me was to do, well, I had different choices. So I had a choice of doing just a complete double mastectomy, don't do reconstruction. I could do a lumpectomy, I could do reconstruction. There were so many different options I had. So what I chose to do is I chose to do a nipple sparing double mastectomy. Surgeon cut around my nipple area and then down kind of like a lollipop. And that's where they did the lumpectomy on the right side to remove the actual cancer. And then they also took out some lymph nodes for the biopsy to see if anything had gone into my lymph nodes, because you're not staged until you get various things checked out. So there is a time period where you have no clue what stage your cancer is. Has it progressed to other parts of my body? You literally are in this limbo phase until you get pathology back. So my first surgery was the lumpectomy to remove the cancer, skin sparing double mastectomy, and then I also got a reduction in lift in the process, because in order to save my nipples, they needed to be lifted up because this is where the blood supply is for your nipples. So I had 4 kids, so my breasts naturally were very low. So we had to lift them up. And I had about a month to recover, and then I was thrown right into chemotherapy. So I started with AC chemotherapy, 4 rounds every 2 weeks, and after AC, Taxol. So I am currently in my Taxol regimen right now. I am about to start my 5th round of Taxol. I have infusions every single Wednesday. So like I mentioned, I'm gonna kind of make this video just kind of a summary of everything, or detail of every step along the way. But I thought I would just catch you up to speed to where I am currently in the journey, and then I can go back and talk about everything that has already happened, and then start to document a little bit more on what infusions are like and all of that fun stuff, and take you along the road of double mastectomy and recovery. Thank you so much for popping on my video and watching. So if you guys want to follow along my journey, make sure you click that red subscribe button to follow along, and I will talk to you guys all very soon.